Peace. Quiet. The stillness of a desert morning. And as the golden light starts to touch the earth, you can look down on the landscapes below. This land is a hard and unforgiving desert, the home of jackrabbits, pocket mice, kangaroo rats, and the singing coyote. As you look down from above, you can only imagine the cataclysmic event that God used to paint such a beautiful tapestry of color and texture. Ancient, massive sand dunes. Tectonic activity. Weathering, erosion, and water. All have combined to make this beautiful and unique place. The White Pocket is an explorer's paradise. There are no hiking trails here, just a vast amount of rock formations to explore on foot. White Pocket is located a little over 70 miles from the nearest town of Kanab, Utah, and you'll need a high-clearance 4x4 vehicle to drive that last half across sandy and rocky roads. The fantastic and varied rock formations of White Pocket span around 100 acres of land. Depending on where you park, it's only a very short walk to see this otherworldly landscape.
Yep.
There you go, smart dog. Check out the pool.
Yeah, I wonder when the last time it rained.
There we go. Now I got Hannah. Of course, I got Dylan too. I don't know if I needed that. So what is it you're telling me, Bill?
If the cavemen would not have used their campfires so much, none of this climate change we're sitting on would have happened.
Canyon just kicked my foot.
Cut.
Cut? What else do you want to say?
I'm done.
Are you sure? There's nothing else you want to say? No more words of wisdom?
The waves on this rock match my beard.
Yes, hello, little dog.
Let's stop before it goes downhill.
Wisdom from little dog, right here, sitting on the fake wave. So yes, this is the white wave. Wait, this is not the white wave. We're not even close to where the white wave is.
The white pocket with
This
the wave.
is white pocket. But if you crawl up into the rocks, there's some really cool stuff up here, including this thing that looks very similar to the wave, but isn't the wave.
Especially if you're Chris, you literally had to crawl to get here.
Yeah, because the biggest problem, if you think you can't do it, we're pretty sure I broke my foot in several places 8 days ago. So I'm walking on a walking boot, and I made it up here.
Freaking Indiana Jones in shorts right there. Da, 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 da. He's the man. Da, da, da. It's like stereo.
The sandy road leading out of where we camped, it's no joke. All of us wondered whether we were going to have to pull out the recovery gear or the winches to get us to the top of this first hill.
I'm going to back up a little bit so I get the speed. Go for it, Tristan. He said he was walking up there a piece and then he didn't.
Bounces. Whoa! Okay, that was fun. Sorry, suspension. Everything good? Cool tree. That's ancient.
That morning, we chose to drive out on Paw Hole Road. It's about a 12-mile stretch of sandy and rocky road, and some great trailheads like Coyote Butte South and Cottonwood Cove. The next 21 miles of our trek that morning took us to this road, the wider and easier hard-packed dirt track of House Rock Road, which becomes House Rock Valley Road when you hit the Utah border. The first 20 miles of our trail that morning had been quiet, with almost no traffic encountered on these roads. But after you pass the Utah border and you get to the Wire Pass trailhead, all bets are off as to how many people you're going to run into, because the Wire Pass trailhead is extremely well known as the starting point for famous hikes like Buckskin Gulch, Coyote Buttes North, and of course, the Wave. At the end of the dirt on House Rock Valley Road, we stopped to air up, because at this point we knew we had about 50 miles of pavement to make it back to Kanab to get gas, refill our water tank, enjoy lunch, and then drive out to the entrance we were going to use to head towards the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Traveling all the way to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, regardless of what point you're trying to reach, can be a grand undertaking. But unless you're going to the Grand Canyon North Rim Visitor Center, don't expect to find any services out here. So before you ever leave the pavement, make sure you've got everything you need to self-sustain and self-rescue out here. And don't forget your National Park Pass and any camping permits that you might need, because you're not going to find anywhere out here to buy a National Park Pass, and those camp permits generally need to be reserved at least a week in advance, printed out, signed, and brought with you so you can show the ranger at the station when you arrive. The majority of the first 50 miles of this road is wide and well groomed, but occasionally you find a few rough spots. We could practically drive 40 miles an hour on average through here until you couldn't. A little over 50 miles in, you're going to come to the signs that tell you you're finally entering the National Monument and then the Grand Canyon National Park. It's at this point that the road gets more challenging, or at least makes you slow down because of the rocks and the corrugation. So those last 6 or 7 miles down to the rim will get more challenging. And once you pass the campground, expect it to be more challenging still. Some people even bicycle or hike that last few miles in. From here on out in this video, the experience you're having is going to change just a little bit. And that's because we did not have a permit to video for commercial purposes in the national park. You're welcome to use still photography and sound recordings in this area, but as to video, unless you get an advanced filming permit, you can't place that on YouTube even if you're not monetized.
This is the ranger station. Pick up the hitchhiker when you take off.
Oh, you want me to pick you up on the way?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't need a mansion in Montana. Don't want a penthouse in Perry. No gables in East, 4,000 square feet just to fill up things I don't need. I know to some
It just says permit required.
but I'm not living just to pay my debts. I've got nothing against that white picket fence or those big American trees. On we go.
Check it out. Did you know you're crazy? Okay, I got plenty of pictures. Come back. Whoa, you can see it from here. It's a really long way down. You definitely don't. That's encouraging. Oh, you're just wrong.
This life
Wow,
gets
that's
so
beautiful.
heavy, so I'll carry it with you. And I know you'll carry me too. And we'll be home.
Because right now you're not even barely touching the surface. How far down it goes. That is amazing. That is a cool spot right there. I feel like this is gourmet cooking at its finest.
Castle in Columbus. Don't want a chateau in Chicago. 'Cause here the sunrise view will always be new. Each morning when I wake up with you. Someday we'll have our own acre too. We'll have a garden and a shed for your tools. But for now there's no rush. 'Cause we still got so much left to see. On we go down the endless road. How can we know what tomorrow holds? I know this life gets so heavy, so I'll carry it with you. And I know you'll carry me too. And we'll be home.
Camera car came back to get me, thank goodness.
And until we see you again next time, I hope you go out and find your own adventure.